Right, so first, as usual, I will test the mic first. Yeah, I hope all of you can actually hear me. Yeah, I see the chat over there also. Right, so today we will discuss about Sermon paper 2. Yeah, because we already did paper 1 last week. So, yeah, and about 150 students here. Yeah, thanks for joining the live streaming. And yeah, just do not want to waste your time. Let's start about the discussion. Before I start, I see any comment I need to reply. Okay, I guess no. Right, so yeah, let's begin the questions. Okay, so I hope I can zoom in a bit so we can focus more on the questions without distraction. Alright, so okay, let's go to the question number 1 here. Right, so basically this yeah, you have to use the graph, and then I guess they ask you to draw histogram, right? Using the scale 2 cm to 5 score on the horizontal axis and 2 cm to 1 pupil on the vertical axis. Draw a histogram. Draw a histogram represents the frequency of the score and estimate the mode score. So over here, I'm not going to draw this question, but I will actually like teach you a little bit how to do this one. Right. So the first thing over here is you will need to have a table before you start to draw. You need to have a table, and let me just make myself somewhere. Okay, you need a table here. So therefore, I will draw a table. Of course, a nice table. Because why I need a table? Because normally I draw the histogram, I will need the upper boundary and lower boundary for it. So therefore I will need a table for it. And second reason I will need a table because the given this one, when you see the range size over here, this one basically is a cumulative frequency. So whatever you see here is a cumulative frequency. It's not really the frequency. So when you draw the graph itself, if you follow this frequency, you will get an ogive, which is not the histogram. So therefore, I will need a table and I will need the proper frequency. Alright, so example, this one from 0, I will just ignore. So the next one is basically it's like this, right? It's from 5 and then 6 to 10, right? The next one should be 6 to 10. And then the next one should be 11 to 15, right? And then keep on moving, you have 16 to 20, and then you have 21 to 25, and then you have 25 to 30, and then you have 31 to 35. And then the next thing you need to do is you need to actually find out the histogram, the frequency. Frequency is very easy, just minus. The first one, 6 to 10, is 3, right? So it's just 3. The second one is just 8 minus 3, which is 5. The third one here is 17 minus 8, which is 9. And then I will keep on minus at 28 minus this one, I get 11. This one minus this one, I will get 8. And this one minus this one, 4. So I will always double check my total frequency. See, is it 40? Because I should get the 40 over here. So then I will use a calculator, trying to plus all the number. 3 plus 5 plus 9 plus 11 plus 8 plus 4. Then I will get 40. So that means my frequency value over here is correct. Then the next thing I will do is I will need the boundary, because you know histogram we always use the upper bound and lower bound, right? So we will need roughly the boundary value. So the boundary value, this one I will take the lower bound, which is something like 5.5 to 10.5. And then this one will from 10.5 to 15.5. And then this one will, because we will use the boundary question to actually draw we'll use the boundary question to actually draw our histogram. So this one is 15.5 to 20.5. This one is 20.5. Yeah, whoever do not know how to find the boundary questions, you need to revise your MF. So did I do any mistake here? 15.5, 20.5 to 25.5. So this one, so how come it's not connected one? Because normally is, oh, this is 26, sorry. This is 26 to 30. So it's 25.5 to 30.5. And then 30.5 to 35.5. Yeah, after you got your boundary value, yeah, it's 26. So therefore I start for a while. Alright, so therefore you have the boundary, you have the frequency, you can just draw the things like this, follow your boundary. Let's say this one is 5.5 to 10.5. Make sure it's 2 centimeter, alright? Make sure it's 2 centimeter. Normally I will draw a sign at the beginning here to represent the range here is not 5.5, it's just in skew. And then I will continue like 15.5, and then I continue like 20.5, because I want to make sure it's 5 units for every 2 centimeter. 25.5, I will keep on drawing until I got the 35.5 here. And then the frequency I will just follow. Okay, so yeah, I just give you some idea. I'm not going to draw the whole thing, but I want to teach you how to find the mode also. 3, 5, 9. Okay, so first is about 3. Assume this is 3, and then this one about 5, and this one about 9. Assume lah, I just like it, not in scale one, I just randomly draw. And next one will be 11, 8. So maybe 11 is slightly higher, and 8 will be slightly slower a bit. Then we have 8. This one is 30.5. And then you need to do until the 4, right? 4 will be 35.5. Okay, 35.5. Alright. Okay, this is not the point. So after you draw out the the table will look something like this. And then the next thing I will do is, because the question actually asked me about the mood score. So in order to do the mood score here, in order to do the mood score over here, I will need to actually find the mode, which is the highest one. This is a mode, right? Mode we know is the highest frequency. Yeah, so then I will from here connect to the other side, connect to the other vertex, and this one from this vertex connect to this vertex over here. And then you find out actually you have an intersection between these two lines, isn't it? So you from the intersection here, you will read what this is the mode score. So you will read in your x-axis, see what is this value. Yeah, I see a lot of students ask about midpoint. I think midpoint should be okay, but normally in histogram, I prefer to use the boundary rather than midpoint. Midpoint normally I will use for frequency polygon. Yeah, but then I see some reference book that they actually use the midpoint. But if you ask me which one I recommend, I always recommend you to do the boundary. Yeah, use the boundary to do. In MF, I guess you only have to draw histogram. There's no way to draw ogive. Alright, so yeah. So for frequency polygon is using the midpoint, and using the upper boundary is for the ogive lah. Alright, so so this is how you will find the mode value. Then the next thing is ask you to state the number of students who obtains more than 25. Alright, so this one is basically is just read from here, because you more than 25 is here, right? So you just plus both of them together. This one is 21 to 25. More than 25 you have 12 students. So you just 8 plus 4. For the part B, just 8 plus 4. Then you will easily get the correct result. Yeah, this one 8 plus 4. So part B is just 12. And then for part A, you will just read from here. You will read from this value, and then you will get the correct answer over here. Alright, so yeah, I heard a lot of you say about 2019. May I know what is that about? Alright, let's move back to the next question here. And I'm going to move around my stupid webcam here. Yeah, I guess next year I will do a streaming as well. Yeah, this is 2018 paper. Now it's not yet 2019, alright? Alright, so yeah, I guess the question, did I put 2019? Oh my god. I can't believe I'm so smart. Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me. I just changed it. Okay, now I changed to 2018 already because yeah, because I guess maybe 8 is just beside the 9 and I didn't really pay attention on it. Yeah, now I changed to 2018 already. Yeah, no, I'm not from the future. Alright, so let's have a look at this question because a lot of students ask me about this question. This question actually like it came out before, but maybe some of you never see this, so I'm going to explain about this, the so-called K-bar questions. Oh, not this one. I guess the K-bar question they are saying is a question number 3, not number 2. But I will do number 2 also. So you have the PQSU and RST is a quadrant. Quadrant means here will be 90 degree. Center is S. So R will be a midpoint of the QS. So therefore, because R is a midpoint, right, the whole length over here we know is X. Then this one is X over 2. So I know the radius for this one is X over 2. Right? Here is another X over 2. If I want to divide the X into the two different parts. Alright, and then the area of the shaded region is 343 pi. So at least we know the area here is 343 pi. And the length of PQ is twice the length of RT. Length of PQ will be twice of length of RRT. Okay. So I know Y will equals to 2S lah. S stands for the arc length, alright? Arc length RT. So yeah, because it said PQ will be twice of the RT. Okay, find the value X and Y. Basically, you know this is simultaneous, but this simultaneous, they just join a little bit with the circular measure. So yeah, we need to work it out. Okay, I will do this one first. Do the question ask me to do anything about... Okay, no. Yeah, they doesn't give us pi values, then we can use any value we want. So S equals to R theta. So R theta over here, my R is X over 2. My theta will be pi over 4 because it's 90 degree, isn't it? This is 90 degree. It's pi over 2. I mean 90 degree is pi over 2. Alright, so yeah, I will just solve this one. 2 and 2 I simplify. This one will be X pi over 2. This is the first equation I will get. And then the second things I will do is, yeah, I will find in order to find the shaded region, we'll need to use the area of rectangle minus the shaded region, right? So area of rectangle should be very easy, so it should be X and Y. X multiply Y, this is rectangle, and minus the area of the sector will be half R square theta. Half R square theta will be pi over 2. Will equals to 343 pi. Alright, I will solve this equation. I will substitute my Y value into the here. This is the second equation. I will substitute my Y into the Y here. So you will see this is something like X pi over 2 minus, okay, this one will be X pi, bottom will be 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So it will be X squared pi over 16 equals to 343 pi. I will solve this equation. I divide pi for every single one. Alright, so I have this one X squared 2 minus X squared 16. So I type in the calculator. So I will do the 1 over 2 minus 1 over 16. So I will have a 7 over 16 X squared equals to 343. Then I will know X squared should equals to 343 divide my answer just now. I will get 784. Then I get my X value by square root it. In this case, I will not do the positive negative because the length can only be positive. Right. So what is the formula? Yeah, for arc length will be S equals to R theta. Alright, so therefore the X value is 28. So I can know my Y value easily, just 28 pi over 2. So I simplify, my y value should be 14 pi. Okay, you can leave it 14 pi, or you want to convert it into decimal, yeah, it's fine. Alright, so yeah, this is the answer for question number 2. So far, any questions? I hope there's no question. Alright, if there's no question, we're going to move on to question number 3. Yeah, which is so-called the K-bar question here. Alright, so the diagram 2 actually show the hemispherical shaped bowl with a radius of 15 is obviously show that the surface area of the water in the bowl is A, and then A equal to this one. So basically, a lot of students might ask me, where is the surface area of the water? Right, so the surface area, okay, the surface area of the water is over here. Yeah, you will need to able to see actually the surface area here, it can be a circle. Okay, it will be a circle. And then the radius here, we're going to call it R, will become the R here. Right, so this one will, the whole thing will be the surface area of the, yeah, this is 2 dimension. And this one also is 2 dimension from one perspective. Because right now I'm drawing the circle is from the top. Alright, the circle actually is from the top. But then whatever you see in the diagram is from the side. So yeah, so I hope you can see that. If you can't see that, then I don't know why it's not so responsive. Alright, so right now, in order to get the area, so we know we need to know what is the R. So my objective here is I want to find what is the R value. If I can find the R value, yeah, I can easily find my surface area. So therefore, I will assume here is R. Alright, then I know this one is 15 also, right? Because this is radius, this is center. So the whole thing here is 15 also, right? So therefore, I can know this height. Because the whole thing here is 15, this height over here is basically is 15 minus h, right? So if I have so you should be able to see a triangle here. My hypotenuse here is 15. This one will be the R I want, and this one will be 15 minus h. Alright, so over here, because my equation have h, so I would want to make my R as subjects. Alright, so I will do the Pythagoras here. 15 minus h squared plus R squared equals to 15 squared. And then I will solve my Pythagoras as you expected. So yeah, I will need some space, so I will go to write here maybe. So 15 square, I expand the bracket. So I have 225 minus 30h plus h square plus R square equals to 225. Okay, 15 square is 225. 225 and 225 I simplify. Then my R square will equals to 30h minus h square. Right, then I want to get my area here. We know the area is pi r squared, isn't it? And what is our r? We will just substitute my r squared into here. If 30h minus h squared. So this is the equation they want, isn't it? So they asked me to show, so I will just write a shown here. Alright, this is how I show the things here. Because once we got the r, we just substitute into the pi r squared. We can easily get the area. We can easily get the area. Alright, then the second part over here, given that h is the height of the water in the container. So right now, h is the height of the water in the container. Water is poured into the bowl, and the height of the water increase. Alright, so this is very interesting. The water increased 0.1. You should know this is volume increasing, right? If the volume increasing, we will say this one will be dv dt. Since it's increasing, so I will put positive, which is 0.1. You can write, it's not the volume increase, it's the height increase, sorry. 0.1 cm per second, because the height of the water is not the water. So height of the water, that means this one will be 0.1. Find the rate of change of the surface area. So that means the question want to find rate of change, I say, you see rate mean dt at the bottom, surface area mean dA dt, will equals to, change rule tell you this is dA dH multiply dH dt. Alright, this is change rule, you should know about the change rule. And since I have the equation about A here, so we just differentiate this one. But before I differentiate, maybe I expand the pi into here 30 pi h minus pi h squared. Then easier for me to do the dA dH here will be 30 pi minus 2 pi h. Alright, then I will substitute the thing into here after I substitute my h value. So when h equals to 4, my dA dH over here will be 30 pi minus 8 pi. So it will be 22 pi. So this one will be 22 pi. This one is times 0.1. So it should be 2.2 pi. If you want to write unit, it will be cm squared per minute. Alright, this is how we do this kind of questions. Alright, so yeah, because the radius given for at the beginning here, they are given you, this is the radius of the hemisphere. This is not the radius, because you should know the R value is keep on decreasing, right? If I going down here, so all this line I draw over here will have the value less than 15. So therefore the R on the surface area, definitely the length should less than 15. Alright, so I hope you can understand. Then we done about part A, part B, then we go to part C. Alright, so the part C, they ask you to find a small change in A in terms of P when the value of H change from 12 to 12 plus P. So therefore from here, since the H value is changing, I know the change of H is basically P, right? Use the new value minus the old value. 12 plus P minus 12, you get P. Alright, so right now, what they want to find is, they want to find change of A. So we have a small change formula, isn't it? I'm not sure I need this or not. I will leave the small change. So we know the change of A over change of H will equals to dA dH. Alright, so therefore, the question asked me to find what is the change of A here. I have the change of H, which is P, I will substitute in. And then I have my dA dH. In this case, my H value actually is 12, right? So I will substitute the 12 into my dA dH here. So yeah, here we'll change a little bit because just now it's 4, right? Now it's 12. So it'll be 30 pi minus 24 pi. Then I will left 6 pi here. So I have my dA dH will be 6 pi. So I want to find my change of A. Just move my P to the other side, it will be 6 pi P. Done. Alright, small change basically is very easy if you understand what is small change. Alright, so yeah, the H equals to 4 is given. The H equals to 12 is given also. Alright, you should be able to understand. Yeah, I see some students cannot understand. Do you mind to tell me which part to make you confused? Yeah, but basically this question is not too hard, but then yeah, your objective at the beginning, you just need to find this length. Just need to find this length, which is the R. It's a new R. It's different with 15. Yeah. And for second part, you need to able to understand what is chain rule. Yeah. If you do not understand what is the chain rule, okay, why R is not 15? Yeah, just a lot of students explained already. 15 is the radius for the hemisphere. It's not the radius for the surface of water. Surface of water, the radius is this length. You use your eye to see, is this length same length with the 15? This is not the rectangle. If this is a rectangle, then I would say it's the same. But then you see this is 15. This R over here definitely less than 15, right? You see there's one small part here. There's one small part here, add up together to get 15, right? So they are different value. Okay, so, and then the second thing, yeah, about part B over here is very easy, but you need to able to understand about rate of change. Yeah, if you still do not understand about rate of change, maybe you can go check out my video about rate of change. You're able to read the unit, and then you need to able to write out the thing they want to find, because they want to find rate of change of surface area. Rate, that means dt at the bottom. Surface area, that means is dA dt. They want to find a dA dt, then you need to form the change rule like this. Write the dA on the top, dt at the bottom, and then these two terms must be the same. So it will be dH and dH. And dH dt is given at the beginning, which is 0.1. dA dH, which you need to differentiate the error. Then you should be easily to get a dA dH, and then sub in the h equal to 4 into a dA dH, because it's given. Alright, so let me move on to number 4 here. Alright, they asked me to sketch a graph for 1 minus 3 cos 2x. Alright, so I will just sketch this graph. Should be quite easy for me to sketch. Alright, so it's 1 minus 3. Alright, so 1 will be the amplitude. So what I will doing here will be, yeah, I will do the 1 here. When I have the plus 1 at the beginning, do you see the plus 1? I will always need to draw out my 1 here, because I will assume my 1 will be my new x-axis. Why I say this is new x-axis? Because I'm going to draw my whole graph on the 1 here. I'm going to draw my new graph on the 1 here. Alright, the amplitude is 3. Even though I know amplitude should be negative 3, right? So, but we focus on 3 first. That means you're going to plus 3 unit become 4. Because it's 1 plus 3, and then 1 minus 3, you will get negative, you should get negative 2 here. Alright, so this one will be my maximum and my minimum. Alright, so my graph will actually within the 4 and negative 2 here. And negative means what? Your graph will be inverse. So whatever in the positive will just flip over. So you're going to see how I draw the graph here. So positive, if positive, the graph should look like this, isn't it? But negative, the graph will look like this. And then because of 2x, I want to know how far for my 1 cycle. 2x equals to 2 pi. This is fixed already. So x is just equals to pi. That means right now, my 1 cycle, it will be 1 pi. So the question asked me draw 0 to pi. I just need to draw about 1 cycle. So this one will be my graph. Let me just draw nicely a bit. Alright, so therefore I should have a pi here. This one will be pi over 2. This one will be pi over 4. This one will be 3 pi over 4. Alright, so this is the whole graph over here. Yeah, why my graph is like opposite? Because of the negative. And what is the purpose of 1? That means your whole graph going to shift up 1 unit. So therefore your maximum and minimum is no longer 3 and negative 3. So therefore you always need to like count the 3 unit from the 1 here, not from the x-axis. Alright, so this is another 3 unit here. This one make my amplitude 3. Alright, and why I stop at pi? Because the question asked me to draw the 0 to pi. If today the question asked me to draw 0 to 2 pi, I'm going to draw this graph 2 times. Alright, so I hope you understand. Does the graph need to be clean? Yeah, just make the graph look nice lah. I'm not sure what do you mean by clean. How you know that part is the 45 degree? It's quite easy, because every sine, cos, tangent graph, you can divide them into the 4 different parts. Yeah, so I know when I divide to the 4 different parts, right, the first part and the third part will always touch the 1. Because in this case, 1 is your new axis, right? If you don't have the plus 1, it will always touch on the x-axis. Okay, so yeah, I hope I do answer your question. Hence, using the same graph, determines the value for this one. So I'm going to solve this thing here. So yeah, I have 2 equals to k plus 3 cos 2x. Alright, then one, okay, that means has only one solution. Has only one solution, basically it will touch the graph at one intersection point. Alright, so therefore I will need to have my equation. My equation will be 1 minus 3 cos x, right? So this is 2 here. I do not want to have 2. So I will separate the 2, become 1 plus 1. Okay, be 1 plus 1 is what? Is 2. And then I move the plus 1 to the other side, become minus 1. And then I move the 3 cos 2x to the other side, become minus 3 cos 2x equals to k minus 1. Alright, so yeah, so then the next thing I will do is I will substitute, since I have 1 minus 3 cos 2x, I know this is y, so I got y equals to k minus 1. But you see the same, it determines the value of k such that only have one solution. Alright, so k, okay, so here, the only way to get the one solution in your graph here, because over here k minus 1 is the constant value. Constant value means what? Constant value means, let's say I give you some idea, y equals to 3. What is the pattern of y equals to 3? It will be horizontal line. This line will parallel to the x-axis and passing through 3. So same idea to k minus 1. Because k minus 1, there's no x over here, so the gradient will be parallel to x-axis. So therefore, the only way in this graph, whatever parallel line, you will only touch one point, which is 4 here. Because at the maximum here, you only touch one point, isn't it? So therefore, in order to have only one solution, means you only touch one point here, there's a 4 here. So this line is y equals to 5, right? This is the only line you only have one solution. Then you just substitute the y into the equation here. So therefore, I have 5 equals to k minus 1. I mean 4, sorry. Because the one is 4, right? So therefore, k equals to 5. Alright, this is how we get the line. Yeah, y will equals to 4. Yeah, because that line is called y equals to 4, right? You see the value 4 here. Okay, if two number of solution, in this case, you must have a range, because two number of solution, basically, you can see all the horizontal line here also touch at two different points. Yeah, so if you ask me what is the k value for two different solution, I will say k minus 1 should between negative 2 and 4. Then you can solve them separately, like, so k must be plus 1, right? Negative 1 and 5. So k should be between negative 1 and 5 here. If they ask about two distinct points or two different root, then you need to do this, because at the maximum, oh no, at the minimum they also touch 2 points, right? Yeah, minimum here they also touch 2 points. So yeah, so what we can do is, yeah, we can only do like this. K minus 1 is negative 2 or less than k minus 1, so k will be bigger than negative 1. Because at the negative 2, negative 2 here is wrong. If two distinct points will be from negative 2 up to 4. Yeah, so you will need to do something like, yeah, just now is kind of correct. But then I can have negative 2, therefore have equal line. Yeah, 4. If two distinct points should look like this, k should be between 5 and negative 1. Yeah, if you ask me about two distinct points, that means if I draw the line like this, I should intersect the graph at two different points. This one we call two different root. When over here they say only one solution, or only one solution, that means only intersect one point. If two different solutions, that means it will intersect 2 points. There's a simple methods to find k minus 1. Will it affect my answer if my graph is slightly wrong? Yeah, definitely. If your graph is wrong, depend how wrong is your graph. Yeah, it might affect the final answer. One solution means one y straight line. No, one solution, that means one y straight line will touch the graph at one point. Two solution means one y line here will touch at two different points. Yeah, two solution mean two intersection point. Alright, I hope you can understand. If you can, then I move on to number 5. I'm not sure how they will give mark, but normally for the graph part, sketch a graph, they will give you 3 mark, and then the second part B, they will give 3 mark also. Yeah, and then how they will give the mark, I'm not sure in SPM, but in IGCSE, normally they give mark based on your maximum and minimum value correct, your cycle correct, that means your period correct, then they will give the mark, and then last they will give the mark on the shape of the graph, like cos graph, sine graph, they will give the mark for the shape of itself also. 2 solution always take the highest to the lowest point. 2 solution depend the graph, is very depend on this graph. Two solution in this graph will be between maximum and minimum. Yeah, but because you imagine if you have 2 cycle over here, you might have 4 solution. So you just need to understand 2 solution mean the line will intersect with 2 point. It's very depend on the questions, what they want, and very depend on your graph also. Yeah, k is a constant value. So when y equals to k minus 1 is already the horizontal line fixed already one. So I can give 2 answers for MF in case I'm not sure with my answer. Yeah, a lot of students ask me about that. I am honest to you, I am not sure. But I heard these kind of things like many times. Yeah, if you're really not sure, maybe you try to write both. Yeah, but trying to like understand it actually it's not too hard to understand, right? If this question is tangent graph, yeah, tangent graph. Okay, if this one is a tangent graph, you also can see what? You also can see how many intersection points they have what? Okay, since the student asked about tangent graph, let me just like briefly go through the tangent graph as well. Alright, so let's say I have a tangent graph here. Let's say, okay, this is pi. Alright, so let's say I draw until 0 to pi. This is the tangent x here. Alright, so if the question asks about one solution, there can be any value above the 0 and below the 0. So y can be bigger than 0 or y can be less than 0. You just cannot equal 0 because when y equals 0, you actually touch 2 different points, right? So this one will give you 2 solutions. But any value above the 0 or below the 0, you only have 1 solution in this case. Yeah, but if your graph becomes further a little bit, then the story will totally change. If my graph, I keep on continue. If my graph stop here, then over here from 0 above is all 2 solutions, right? From 0 keep on going up is all 2 solutions. Because you just imagine the horizontal line actually touch how many points. Alright, so yeah, so let me just move on. Yeah, there's a lot of things I need to discuss and we have so limited time. I hope you can understand. Alright, so okay, let me change back to the blue. Okay, it's given that AD is NX, so I have an AD here is NX, and BC is MX, and AB will be NY, DC will be here, will be 5x plus 6 minus n over 2y. Alright, find the values of m and n in terms of x and y. So yeah, so I know DC basically combine all of them, right? So therefore, over here, I will actually say the DC actually is DA plus AB plus BC. Alright, so then I will do some substitution over here. DC is 5x plus 6 minus n over 2y. Alright, so then DA, dA over here will be negative nx, AB will be plus ny plus mx. Then I will group together the x. The x basically is m minus nx, isn't it? Plus ny. So here is 5x plus 6 minus n over 2y. Then the next thing I will do is I will comparing the x value here, the coefficient of x value. Then I get 5 equals to m minus n. I can say m equals to 5 plus n, my first equation. And then I'm comparing my y value here. 6 minus n over 2 equals to n. So 6 minus n equals to 2n. Then therefore 3n equals to 6, n equals to 2. And this one I sub into here, m equals to 5 plus 2, m equals to 7. Yeah. And I checked the answer before. I guess this term is just like so confusing. Because the question says must the m and n must in term of x and y. But when I do like this, there's no way my answer in term of x and y. So therefore, I guess some typing error here. Alright, so let me just move on to the part B here. So the area of triangle ABC, if the area of triangle ABD is 18, ABD, which is this triangle, if this triangle is 18 here, they ask about ABC. ABC, they ask about this triangle. Okay, this part is actually, I learned this kind of thing in the Excel because I teach about Excel MF. Yeah, it's kind of the Excel MF question. Their vector, they always have this kind of thing. The ratio for the triangle. Okay, how do I explain this one to you? Okay, let me just put it in this way. So they want a triangle ABC over the triangle ABD. Alright, so how to find the triangle ABC? Because if I want to find the triangle ABC, right, because I know this is 90 degrees, so it's nice. So I can say it's half 1 over 2. And then n, we have the n is 2, right? So half multiply 2x, and then m will be 7, right? Multiply 7x. Over triangle ABD here will be 90 degrees also, right? Half multiply this one, ny will be 2x, and then multiply with this one, nx will be 2x. Alright, we know the area of ABD, right? Area of ABD is given is 18. Yeah, trying to solve this one. Same thing I cut, same thing I cut. So this one I cut also. I left 7 over 2 within it. So ABC, triangle ABC should be 7 over 2 multiplied by 18. Then I simplify this one. I got 9. So I got 63 units square. Yeah, so yeah, this one is just simplify the equation. Yeah, is that any mistake here? I hope I didn't make any mistake over here. Yeah, this kind of question actually seldom happen in SPM. Oh, I can say it's never happened in SPM. Alright, so yeah, this one is not 2x, right? It should be 2y. Because, yeah, it's 2y over here. Sorry, because that one is a y, yeah, I understand. But it's still 2y and 2y, so basically you can cut them as well. Yeah. Yeah, I just realized I make a little bit carrot mistake. Why need to put x? Can't we just write 2x? Yeah. We just write 2x over here, right? So what is the perpendicular vector? Perpendicular vector is not in your syllabus. It's in when you go to SPM or I level, you will learn about perpendicular vector. That means both vector is perpendicular to each other. YABC divided by ABD. Okay, it's not why they divide each other, because right now I want to make the connection between two triangle. And then in order to solve it and make the connection, I guess the two fraction is the easiest way to make the connection between the area of triangle and two different vectors. So I actually join them together. Yeah, I use the ratio methods. You came across the perpendicular vector, maybe you can show me the question you just sent to my Facebook page. I check it out for you. I'm not going to discuss about perpendicular vector here. Alright, so if no problem, we're going to move on to number 6. Okay, this is another question a lot of students ask me to discuss. Alright, so because this question is very weird. Because I tried already, you cannot straight away find out AP or GP through their volume, and you need to do separately. I mean, this question you need to do separately. But yeah, let's have a look on these questions. So the Rames has a few solid cylinder and in various size. Okay, diagram 4 shows some of the solid cylinder. So you have the first 3 solid cylinder here. The radius and the height of each cylinder are reduced by 1 cm respectively. So he put the solid cylinder one by one in orders of the size in the water tank, resulting the water in the tank is to overflow continue into the measuring cylinder. He measured the volume of the water in the measuring cylinder after each addition. Table 2 shows the volume of the water as measured by the Rames. Alright, number of cylinder in the water tank. Number of cylinder. So this one is 2 cylinder. This is not the second diagram. When 2 cylinder, I guess it's the first cylinder plus the second cylinder. So this one should be a 3 cylinder plus together. Alright, so based on the information, I trying to work out something here. So the first thing is I know that if I call this one is height, the next one, the height actually will minus 1 because the question says reduced by 1 cm. So this height will minus 1 again, become minus 2. So if this one, I call it R, then this radius will minus 1, then this radius will minus 2. Alright, this is the first idea we get. And the second thing I want to do is I try to get the volume for each of it. Because this one is 2 container, right? So I will use the 22469 minus 1200. So I know my second container is 10469 pi. My first one is 12000 pi. And then my last one over here, 31541 minus 22469. Alright, the third one is 9072 pi. Alright, this is all the information I get. Okay, so basically how I get this one, I just use the 22469 minus 12,000. Alright, yeah, in this case I guess it's AP. Okay, given that the height of the second cylinder is 29, find the volume of the 10th cylinder. So okay, so we know the second cylinder have the height of 29. So therefore I will do something like h minus 1 equals to 29. Then I know my height basically equals to 30. Alright, they asked me to find the volume in the 10th cylinder. Alright, so what I want to do over here is maybe I will want to find the, let me see, is it this one have any connection? I remember the volume have no connection one. 469 12,000 minus 10469 1531. 10469 minus 9072. Yeah, there's no relationship among them. Then you have to do the H and R like slowly. So my H is 30 is my first term. Then my second term is 29. Now I'm doing the H first. Then I will do the R also. Alright, so the next one is 28. So therefore, I want to know the 10 one, I will do the T10. T10 is A plus, A is 30, right? I mean A plus n minus 1d. So A plus n minus 1 is 9, d is 1. So my height in the 10 will be 39. Then we'll do the R as well. Since I have the volume over here, I can actually, I know the volume formula, right? Pi r square h. So I have the volume 12200 pi equals to pi. My r is unknown, my h is 30. Then I can simplify this one to get my r square. So 0 and 0 I cut, so will be 400. So over here my r actually is 20. So if my r is 20 over here, then my first one is 20, second one is 19, third one is 18, and keep on continue, right? Then I want to find my T10 here. T10 will be A plus n minus 1 d. Then my r is 29. So after I know my h and my r, then I can find the volume using the pi r square h. Then I should be able to get the correct answer here. 29 square multiply 39. So I should have 32799 pi. Yeah. So this is how we do this kind of questions. I hope you can understand. So how to differentiate, use AP or GP? Yeah, AP relationship between a number is plus and minus, GP is multiply or divide. Why plus 29, sir? Plus 29? Where do you get the plus 29? They asked about the volume in the 10 cylinder, right? 10 cylinder is just find the 10. No need to add one, like make it so complicated. Oh yeah, D is minus 1. Oh my gosh. Yes, you are damn right, way. This is minus 1. So this one will be 21. This one will be 11. Alright. This is 11. Because the D is minus 1, it's not plus 1. 21. Alright, let me just calculate again. 11 square times 21. Yeah, it's 2541. Yeah. Yes. I'm human, I make mistake like you do. But normally in the real exam, yeah, you shouldn't learn from me. You shouldn't make mistake. Alright. So find the cylinder which have total surface area of 144 pi. Alright, we know the cylinder area. Okay, so we want to find the total surface area. For cylinder, the area formula is 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h. Yeah, so we want to know which one actually will give me the 144 pi. Yeah, I kind of need to solve it or make the connection between it. Yeah, I guess this one is not so simple. But anyways, I can see the connection between them because I will need to make a connection in order to do that. So I take the first term for r and h. So therefore, I know something from here. I know the h is 30, right? Will equals to 10 plus r, isn't it? That means if r is 20 here, I plus 10, I can actually get 30, right? So therefore, I will form this equation first. Why I want to form this equation? Because in order to solve this equation over here, I will need to have one more equation. So therefore, I actually make this equation r. Alright, so then the next thing is, yeah, I will solve the equation over here. So area is 144 pi. 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. H is 10 plus r, isn't it? Alright, because I see the connection between them. And then the first thing, definitely I divide pi for every single one. I don't like pi at all. So I will solve this one. 144 equals to 2r squared Then 2r multiplied 10 is 20r. 2r multiplied r is 2r squared. So yeah, 2r squared plus 2r squared, I have 4r squared plus 20r plus 144 equals to 0, minus 144. Alright, don't make carrot mistake like I do. So the divided 4 for every single one. This is 5r. This one divided 4 will be, oh my god, 144 seems I cannot divide by 4. Yeah, can, nice. This one will be 36. Alright, then I solve this equation, I can easily get my r. I will say the r minus 4, r plus 9. Yeah, then we get positive 5, right? Yep. So r over here, you should get 4. Just now I say h equals to 10 plus r, right? So h will equals to 14. So therefore, find the cylinder, find which cylinder have the total surface area. So depend you want to use r or you want to use h. And let's say I want to use the r here. So let's say I want to use the r here. I will need to find something like Tn will equals to 4. So then I will do A plus n minus 1. n minus 1, d is negative 1 equals to 4. So therefore, I get 16 equals to n minus 1. Then n equals to 17. So because the question asked me to find a cylinder which have the total surface area, I know the 17 cylinder will actually have the total surface area of 144 pi. How you know need to choose 4, not 9? Yeah, because if over here you do the r over here, this r equals to negative 9, right? Radius cannot be negative. So I will just ignore about the 9 here. Alright, so yeah, this question is a bit confused and complicated, but I hope you can still understand it. Yeah, there's a lot of things need to be done in order to get the correct answer. Why Tn equals to 4? Yeah, because we find out when radius equals to 4, we actually will get the 144 pi. But we do not know at which term which cylinder the radius will have 4, right? So therefore, the Tn over here is for the radius, right? The radius is 20, radius is 19. So I want to know what happened when my radius become 4. Which cylinder will give me radius 4 here. So after I solve it, I can actually get the radius will get 4 when I got T17. So yeah, so therefore the 17 triangle I should have the 144 pi. So what's 2 pi RH? This one 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi RH is basically the formula for a cylinder to find the area. Alright. Hold up, where do you get the equation h equals to 10 plus r? Yeah, I get this equation h equals to 10 plus r over here is from the relationship between h and r. Because the first term for h is 30 and the first term of r is 20. That means if I can add 10 for all my r value here, you can realize all my r value here will be same with my h value. You imagine this one become 30, 29, 28. Is it the same with the h value? So I will make a connection between them and then I solve it. Alright, so I hope you can understand. Then I can move on to the next question. I don't think we can finish at 11 today. So yeah, please ask me some effective question. So how do you write the conclusion for this question? Do we need to state it especially? The cylinder which have the total surface area, find the cylinder. So I would say the 17th cylinder. If you want me to write, I will say the 17th cylinder will have total surface area of 144 pi. Yeah, something like that lah. Alright, so let's move on to the section B here. Alright, this linear law question, I will skip here. But before I skip, I hope I just explain a little bit for you so that you can roughly understand what happened. Okay, normally for linear law question, I will always check what they want first. They want the log 10y against log 10x plus 1. So that means I will need to obtain from this equation above to get something like this. So this one will be new y, this one will be new x. Then I will need to do something like y equals to mx plus c, because the purpose of that is I want to know which one is my gradient. So yeah, so I will show you how to solve this equation, but I'm not going to draw the whole graph for you. So therefore, because log 10y, you should add the log 10 for both sides. So log 10y equals to log 10 p over x plus 1 k. Alright, so log rule tells us that if this fraction is divided, it will become minus, right? Minus log 10 x plus 1 k. Alright, I have a log 10x plus 1 already after I move the k to the front here. So I rearrange my equation. This is k, this is negative, sorry, because k moved to the front is still negative k. Log 10x plus 1 plus log 10p. Alright, so from here, at least I know something, which is my log 10k over negative k over here is my gradient. And my log 10 p over here is my vertical intercept. Alright, or you can say a log y intercept. Alright, so therefore, after that, what you need to do is you will need to form the new table. You need to form a table for log 10x plus 1. Yeah, some student might ask how to form the table over here. So basically, like 0.5, you plus 1 will become 1.5, right? Then you just type in your calculator log 1.5. Then you will get something, the first value should be 0.176. Alright, then the next value, something like 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then you just type log 2 in the calculator. You will get 0.301 and so on. Then you do the same thing for log 10y. Log 10y. Then you log all the y value here. And then after that, you will get a table like this. Log 10x plus 1 and log 10y. Alright, then you will just plot and you draw. Maybe you get a line like this. And then you can get your log 10p on over here. Let's say this value is 0.2. Let's say it's 0.2. Then you want to find the p, because here asks you to find the p, right? Then I will just do something like log 10p equals to 0.2. Then p equals to 10 power of 0.2. Then you type in the calculator. And then how to find the k? K, you need to find 2 points on the graph here. And then you use the gradient formula. y2 minus y1 equals over x2 minus x1. Then you use this one, you change the m into the negative k, because negative k is your gradient, right? Then you solve this one, you will get your k value. And then lastly, about this part, ask you to find the y value when x equals to 1.3. But then from the graph itself, you don't have x value here, so don't confuse yourself, because this is x is equal to 1.3. So when I want to find from my table, I need to do something like log 10 1.3 plus 1, because x is 1.3, right? Then I will type the calculator log 2.3. Then I will from the table I will find 0.362. So I will find where is the 0.362. Let's say it's here. Then from here I will get my log 10y value. Let's say it's 0.16. Then I will say log 10y equals to 0.16. Then y equals to 10 power of 0.16. Then this is how I get the y value. Because a lot of students, they see x equals to 1.3, right? They will straight away find the 1.3 on the horizontal axis, which is not correct. Okay? And then a lot of students will ask me, how many decimal do we need for this question? It very depend on the skill. So if the skew is 2 cm equals to 0.1 unit, right? That means over here you can up to 2 decimal place, because you will have from you have from 0.1 to 0.2. Here should have 10 boxes, right? So 10 boxes here, that means you can have 0.11, 0.12, 13, 14, 15 until 0.2, right? So therefore, I guess 2 decimals should be good. Alright. So yeah, this is how you do this question. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Alright, probability. So for linear law question, if the question don't request to construct the table, do we have to copy the tables to the answer sheet with the values? Yeah, you will always need to draw out the table, show that this is where your value come from. You cannot just type in your calculator and plot in your graph. You always need to show the table. You can show in the your answer sheet, or you want to show in the graph paper. But I guess the graph paper is on the answer sheet itself as well, right? Alright, so okay, number 8 here. The probability the student will walk to the school is P, and sample space of the student of 8 students is selected at random. If the probability of all the students will walk to school is 0.0168, find the value of P here. Alright, so from here, I will assume that N is equal to 8 because sample space is 8 students. And they want all the students will walk to the school. So I will assume the P, the student will walk to the school with P. Q is just 1 minus P, alright, as usual. So in this case, the R will be 8 because they want all the students will walk to the school. So therefore, I will do something like this. When X equals to 8, then I will apply the formula. You should know the formula, right? So it will be 8C8. And then, 8C8. And then P power of 8, and then this one will be 1 minus P, or you can call it Q, it doesn't matter, power of 0. Alright, so therefore, after I apply this to this one, I know the probability, right, is given 0.0168. HC8 is equals to 1, so I can ignore it. Anything power of 0 is equals to 1, so I can ignore it. So I got the P power of 8 here. So I can get my P by 8 root the number. So 8 root of 0.0168. Yeah, my P value will be 0.6. Right, so quite simple if you understand the formula. So find the probability that at least 7 students will walk to the school. So if at least 7 students, that means X will need to be bigger or equals to 7. So this one is a probability for X equals to 7 plus the probability for X equals to 8. X equals to 8 already have, which is this one, 0.0168. So I just need to find 7. So it'll be 8C7. I got my P right, so 0.6 power of 7 and 0.4 power of 1. And then plus 0.0168. Then I just solve this one and then I plus them together. Times 0.7 power of 7 times 0.4 and plus 0.0168. Then you should get the final answer is 0.1064. Alright, this is how to do this kind of question. Alright, so if you can understand, then I will just move on to the part B. So how to get the P equal to 0.6? P equal to 0.6, you just 8 root the P. That means you move the 8 to the other side. Here, got one more step, you move the P to the other side. It's just 8 root 0.0168. And then you type in the calculator. The calculator will easily tell you P equal to 0.6. Alright. How to type 8 root? I'm not sure which calculator you're using. If you're using the same calculator with me, you will find a button beside the x square. You'll find a button beside the x square, which is this one. And then you shift this button. Yeah, I hope you can see that. Alright, so yeah, let me move on to the part B here. Okay, so the diagram 5 shows a standard normal distribution graph representing the height of 1,500 students in the certain college. It's given that the mean is 165, the variance is, so we have a mean 165. In this topic, I will always don't like variance, so I will make it to standard deviation, which is square root of 25, which is 5. Now I got the standard deviation and means. Okay, if 16.6% of students have the height less than h, find the value of h. So I will assume that x is the height of the student. Then this question they ask about height of the student will be x will be less than h. Should be 16.6% convert to probability is 0.166. So I basically need to solve this thing and find what's the h value here. Alright, so first thing is I will change this one into the z value. So yeah, this one will be h minus mean over standard deviation equals 0.166. Then the next thing I will do over here is yeah, I will need to have a bell-shaped diagram here. Okay, the question given here is h, right? So because I know both is actually is a symmetry, so I give another h here. Okay, this one I just call it h here. Okay, so supposedly this one should be negative h. Okay, but anyway, I don't simply add a negative to confuse you. Okay, I use another letter. I just h prime. Alright, okay, anything do not confuse you. Right, so right now I will want to use the positive. Since less than, right, so therefore I can change to bigger. But later I know the value I find I have to add a negative lah. Okay, so I will use this one. Okay, so minus 165 over 5 equals to 0.166. Why I want to do that? Because if I do like this, then I can find my z value table. Because z value table is this side must be bigger and here must be positive. Alright, then I will find 0.166 from my table here. And my table will tell me 0.166, which is 0.97. So therefore, I know this value here will be 0.97. So therefore, the original value here should be negative 0.97, right? Should be negative 0.97. So therefore, I will say h minus 165 over 5 will equals to negative 0.97. Then I can get my h easily by solving this equation. Negative 0.97 multiply 5 plus 165. So my result is 160.15. Alright, then we solve the part 1. Yeah, because if you find from your z value table, from a probability you will get this one is 0.97, but your z value table will always give you the positive value only. They always give you a positive value only. So therefore, based on this diagram, you know your h value must be negative because this is 0, right? Whatever here is a positive value, whatever here is negative. So your h value is on the negative side. So therefore, whatever value I get from my z value table, I will add a negative for it. Alright, so find the number of students that have the height between. Alright, so we need to find the value of student, find the number of students. So we need to find the probability, and then we use the probability multiply 1,500 students. Alright, so therefore between 165 to 175. So therefore this one will be 165 minus 165 over 5. Z, so this is 175 minus 165 over 5. So this one should be between 0 and 10 divided by 5, 2. So that means over here I need to find what's the probability between 0 to 2. So therefore I will just like draw out a bell-shaped diagram to give myself some idea. So yeah, 0 to 2 example. So this is what I want to find. Alright, so therefore what I will do is I will go to the Z value table there and then find this area, because in your Z value table you can only find Z is bigger than 2. And then because I want to get this part right, I know the whole part here is equals to 0.5 because it's half of the bell-shaped diagram. Then I will use the 0.5 to minus the value I get here. So therefore, yeah, I find Z is bigger than 2 first. So what is Z is bigger than 2? 0.0228. 0.0228. So therefore, the answer here should equals to 0.5 minus 0.0228. Because 0.5 is the whole thing. I want to get the red color zone. So this is what happened. This is what I did. So therefore 0.5 minus 0.0228. I will have 0.4772. And this number, I want to get the number of students. Yeah. So I will use 1500 multiply this number. And then I will get a rough here. So which is 715 students. Alright, so yeah, this is what happens for this question. If there's no question, I'm going to move on to the next questions. Yeah, for part 1, what happens to the part 1? Or why I use the bigger than in the part 1? Yeah, because this is negative side. There's no way we find a negative side here. So because I know this graph is symmetry, right? So therefore, I draw a line by myself. I trying to like use this h prime to find this value. But you from this line go to here is bigger than, right? So therefore you can see I do something like Z is bigger than something. Yeah, because I borrow this side. But in fact, over here should be less than, right? Should be Z is less than H minus mean over standard deviation. But then actually I borrow the other side. So therefore I will have the bigger. Yeah, because I just I just banning those annoying people because yeah, it's a bit disturbed here. But anyways, let me move on. So I got 0.4773. Yeah, should be fine. 0.4772 or 4773 should be good. Okay, so let me move on to the question number 9 here. So the diagram 6 actually show PQ and PR are the tangent to the circle. What is the margin error for those questions? I guess I guess they can actually accept like 0.0, 0.1 plus minus 0.1 should be good. Oh my god, the spammer is everywhere. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see how many account he have. Why he want to come to disturb here? He can go to do something more meaningful. Alright, so yeah, question number 9 here. So the diagram 6 actually shows the PQ and PR is tangent to the circle. So tangent, that means it will be 90 degree. And okay, QSRN is a circle with a center O. And QMR is the arc. Is the arc with the center N. Alright. Given that the radius of the sector, so you have two different radius here. So let me see, where is the OQSR? OQSR. Alright, this radius will be 6 here. And NQMR. NQMR. Okay, this one. So you have the radius 6. And this radius is 10.11. 10.11. Alright, so we have two different radius here. Alright, so and then the OQ ratio PQ is 2.5. Oh my god, this student just like me so much. Alright, so let me just finish it. Alright, so OQ and PQ. Okay, so therefore we can easily know, since we know the OQ is 6, right? So PQ is, okay, so I will do OQ over PQ equals to 2 over 5. Since I know about OQ, which is 6 over PQ equals to 2 over 5, then we can know what is the length of PQ by solving this one. Should be 15. So the length of here should be 15. Alright, then normally this kind of question we need to draw a line on the middle here. Alright, so yeah. Find the angle of beta. Yeah, we need to find the angle of beta. So basically you can see this over here, you have a right angle triangle. So I'm going to draw out the right angle triangle here. So I'm going to call this one QPO. So this one will be beta over 2 because it will be half of the beta. But you don't confuse the half angle. You don't need to be so difficult. So therefore I can use a tangent. The beta over 2 is basically 15 over 6. Then I can get my beta over 2 here. Are we getting 10? How you know whether it's 90 degree or not? Whenever it's from a tangent point to the center point, it will always 90 degree. The radius 6 and 10.11 is given. QA is 6. Where's the QA? I don't find any QA here. Where do you see a 10? This is 6. This is 6. Does it look like this is 6? Does it look like 10? OQ is 6. Yeah, OQ is 6. Yes. Alright, so let me just move on. Yeah. Shift tangent 15 over 6. Yeah, they want the value in the radian, so make sure you change your calculator to radian before you type it. So you should get 1.190. Alright, so B is just times 2. So it's 2.3806. Alright, so yeah, so this is how we get the beta here. Alright, so any questions? So if not, we're going to move on to the parameters. Alright, it's no question, we're going to move on to the second part. The parameter of the shaded region. So I want to get a parameter. So right now, my objective is actually I'm trying to get this arc length plus the second arc length, right? So I have this angle, which is this one, and I know the opposite this angle will be half of the beta. So half of the beta is basically 1.19, isn't it? So this angle over here should be 2.3806. So therefore, or I can say three decimal place. Yeah, I guess 3 decimal place should be more than enough. Alright, so therefore I will use this arc length plus this arc length. Alright, this is the arc length for this sector. Yeah, so therefore I find the first arc length first. So let me use the red color. So the arc length is basically r theta. My r here is 10.11 and my theta is 1.19. Plus, I want to get the second arc length. The second arc length, this one, my r is 6 and my angle is 2.381. So I just plus together, then I can get the parameter lah. This is the parameter they want. If you have no idea what is this, I basically use the formula r theta. Because S equals to r theta, right? I just use the r theta formula. So 10.11 times 1.19 plus 6 times 2.381. So I should get 26.32 cm. Alright, this is how we do this kind of question. Yeah, 10.11 is a radius, right? Since it's a radius, so you do not need to divide 2. There's no diameter over there. Alright, so then we go to section C. Yeah, the section C is very complicated because I did this paper before. Yeah, the section C, you want to find this shaded region. Okay, let me just try my best to help you on section C here. I don't think you need 15. Right, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to separate like this. So you can see a triangle here. And then I want to find this area of segment, which is this area. So therefore, I will find area of segment first. And then I will use this sector, which is the OQSR. I will minus a triangle minus the area of segment. Then I get the shaded region. Alright, so first thing is we find the area of shaded region first, and then we need to find this area of triangle here. And then I will use the sector OQSR to minus area of segment, which is the red color shaded region, and the yellow color area of triangle. Then I can get M. Alright, this is the whole logic over here. So the first thing is how to find area of segment. So therefore, in order to get the area of segment, I have the segment formula. So the segment basically equals to half r squared theta minus sine theta. Right, this is the formula to find the area of segment. So you should know area of segment is belong to NQMR. So therefore, I will do half 10.11 square, and then theta is 1.19 minus sine 1.19. Okay, I'm doing this because I want to find the red color shaded region. Alright, so at least you got some idea here. Then I use my calculator on this. Make sure you calculate in radian. 1.19 minus sine 1.19, and then multiply 10.11 square divided by 2. So this area is 13.37 cm square. Alright, now I get the red color shaded region. Alright, so then the next thing is I will find the area of sector, and then I will minus the red color and minus the triangle. So I will find the shaded region they asked for. So the area of sector is half r square theta. Half r square theta is 2.381. I minus the red color shaded region, 13.37. I minus area of triangle. Area of triangle will be half AB sine C, sine 2.381. Yeah, so this is how we do this kind of questions. So yeah, so 1 over 2 times 6 squared times 2.381 minus 13.37 minus 36 over 2 multiplied by sine 2.381. Yeah, my final answer should be 13.08 cm square. Alright, yeah, a lot of students, every year also a lot of students tell me the sine cos tangent must in degree. Even the teacher do the marking scheme also make this one in the degree. But let me tell you something. Whenever, no matter it's degree or radian, you just make sure your calculator can understand. If you change your calculator to radian, you can type all the sine cos tangent in radian. You still will get the exactly same result when you doesn't convert it to the degree. But if you insist you want to sine with the degree, you can convert it into a degree. Both will give you the same answer. Yeah, you just set the calculator in radian, you will get the same result. If let's say you prefer degree and your teacher tell you must do in degree, you can always convert. So you want to convert the radian to degree, you multiply 180 divided by pi. Alright, this is how you convert radian to degree if you want to. Yeah, the calculator have the radian button. Just for some students who do not know, you just press the shift mode in this calculator and you press 4. Then you can change your calculator into a radian. And why I got the sine 1.19? Because this is the formula for area of segment. It's half r squared theta minus sine theta. So therefore you will, therefore I will get the sine 1.19. If you don't use this calculator, you use the old one, if not mistaken, you press your mode 4 times, you will see RAD, then you can change to RAD. Do I have to write sine 1.19 radian? No, normally write sine 1.19, it makes sense one. Yeah, there's this formula. Okay, this formula is not given lah. Just in case some students confuse how to get this formula. Yeah, let me teach you some basic here. So in order to get this segment here, what we will do is we will use the area of sector minus area of triangle, right? Let's say this is r, this is theta. In order to get the area of sector is half r squared theta. In order to get the area of triangle is half AB. A is r, B is r, sine C, sine theta. And then you realize this is half r squared and half r squared over here, right? Then I factorize out half r squared, then I get theta minus sine theta. Alright, basically it's just simplified there. Yeah, the area of segment formula is not given. Alright, so anyways, yeah, this is how we do the A, B, and C. Okay, let's move on to question number 10. And I want to let you guys go to rest as soon as possible. Now it's 11 already. And we still have so many questions, I can't believe. Yeah. Okay, integration. Alright, so okay, you have a curve and you have a straight line as given here. Nothing very important here. Intersection point is A. Find the coordinate of A. A is just intersection between curve and the straight line. Just do the simultaneous sub into each other. So I will sub my y basically equals to 3 minus x. So I sub into here. So 3 minus x equals to x squared minus 2x plus 1. Alright, then I make it 0. Then x squared minus x, I solve these two, minus 3 minus 2. Then I factorize this one. Then I should have 2 and 1, and then this one should be minus and plus. So I will have x equals to -1 or x equals to 2. But based on A location, I will reject the first one because it must be positive. So I want to find the y also. Since the y equals to 3 minus x, right? So y equals to 1. So therefore, I got my coordinate A is 2, 1. Alright, just do the simultaneous. Nothing very fancy I'm doing here. But I'm going to write the 2, 1 over here because later I might need to use it. And I will erase this one. Alright, so then the next thing I will do is they will ask me to calculate the area passed by the curve, the straight line, and the x-axis and the straight line. So we want to find the area passed by the curve, straight line, and x-axis. So basically they are saying about this area. So for the part B, we want to find the red color one. I want to find this area. So in order to find this area, right, so very important is always from the intersection point, draw a 90-degree line here. Alright, yeah. Okay, let me make it look nicer a bit. I use a highlighter to highlight this area we want to find. Alright, then we will always draw a line, come down here. To give myself some idea, my x value is 2 here. I want to find what is this value and what is this value. So this value will be the x-intercept of the curve, right? X-intercept I make y 0. So 0 equals to x minus 1 square. So x equals to 1. So this value is 1. And this will be the x-intercept of the straight line, right? X plus y equals to 0. X-intercept I make y 0. I mean this is 3. So x is just equals to 3. So this is 3. Alright, why I want to find this value? Because later I need to do the integration. Alright, so after I find the x-intercept for curve and straight line, right now, I understand this part, the area part A and part B. The part A here is basically its area of triangle. Triangle is very easy. Half times base, which is 1, times height, which is 1. So the part A is just equals to 1 over 2. Then I want to do the part B. Part B, I will basically need to integrate from 1 to 2, right? For the curve. Yeah, so this is x minus 1 square. And then it's dx. Alright, so I will just integrate this one. So I get x minus 1 power of 3 over 3. And then differentiate inside the bracket, I get 1 for 2, 1. Then I will do some substitution here. This is 2 minus 1 is 1. This is 1 over 3 minus 0. So this is 1 over 3. So therefore, the region they want to find, the area they want to find, you just plus both answers together lah. So therefore, this one is 1 over 2 plus, 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3. So it should be 5 over 6, right? Yeah, you can write 5 over 6 units square. Alright, so this is how we do this kind of questions. Yeah, tomorrow most likely we don't have live. I guess we still have two more two more live streamings. One will be on Saturday, the other one will be on Monday. Yeah, Monday basically will be one day before your real SPM exam. What is the meaning the area pulsed by the curve? So you want to find any area, the area itself is like log by the curve. Let's say I said pulsed by the curve and this straight line. So you have the curve and the straight line. Which area actually pulsed by the curve and the straight line? Will be this area, right? So it's very depend the question, because it cannot pulse by the curve only. Must be pulsed by normally two to three line. In this case, you want to find the area is surrounded by the curve, the straight line, and x-axis. Then you can get the idea which area they are saying. Yeah, what paper you want to discuss? I still thinking about which paper. Some tell me Terengganu paper is hard. Some told me about Selangor paper is hard. I will check out. I trying to find some hard paper, and I can discuss. Kedah is hard. Is the Kedah paper have the English version? Because my Malay is very bad. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah. I will check out those paper. It's hard and have the English version as well. Yeah, I already did the MRSM and SBP. Yeah, if Kedah have the English version, maybe I will check out the Kedah one. Yeah, because last year Kedah also quite hard. Pahang also very hard. Yeah, maybe I will check out also. But there's no way I can do two paper. We are not enough time already. Yeah, area pulse mean the yellow area. Yes, it's the yellow area for the part B. Alright, so I still have one more part haven't finished over here. I think today I'm not going to discuss about section C. I will just do finish about section B. Yeah, because this paper actually take quite some time here. Alright, so let me just finish part C and the next question. Alright, then I will give you guys go to rest. Alright. So for the area pulse, why is it the yellow area only? Yeah, because the yellow area is the only area pulsed by the curve. You see the equation of the curve. You see the x-axis. And then you see the straight line. Okay, so you see this yellow color area. You see x-axis. It's surrounded by x-axis. It's surrounded by curve. And it's surrounded by a straight line. Yeah. So this one will be the area over here. You might think about how about this area, but this area it doesn't surround by the straight line, right? You have the x-axis and the curve and x-axis, but you do not have the straight line. So I will not choose this area. You might think about how about this area. This area you have curve and the straight line, but you don't have x-axis. So therefore you need to find the area surrounded by three of this line. Yeah. So therefore the last part. Yeah, I guess it's pronounced as bound, right? Bound, right? It's not pound, bound, right? Yeah, my English is terrible. Anyways, yeah, the volume of the revolution in terms of pi. So I want to get the shaded region, going to rotate 360 degrees on the x-axis. So you're going to rotate 360 degrees here. And then I want to get what is the volume here. Yeah, surround you can think it must intersect by three of this line. Yeah, you can think like that. Yeah, how to decrease the carriers? Do slowly. Always use the calculator to double check your answer. Don't trust your brain so much. Because sometimes I'm so confident on my calculation, but I will just don't know how, I just make the carrier mistake. Yeah, I will always use the calculator to double check the answer. And don't do too fast. Always read the question 2 to 3 times. Yeah, make sure you fully understand what the question really wants. This is something very important. if the volume given 180 degree, don't do divide 2. Yeah, I see the rotate 180 degree one. You just do like it rotate 360 degree. Yeah, this argument I even try to go Google. Until today also nobody can explain why 180 no need to divide 2. Some forum they explain rotate 180 degree, make the two side actually rotate 180 degree. It still make a perfect shape. It's same idea with rotate 360 degree. So even you see rotate 180 degree, don't do divide 2. Alright. Of course, you cannot bring the reference books into the exam hall. Okay, just let me finish finish the whole section B, then we go into the talking part. Alright. Okay, so this shaded region going to rotate 360 on the x-axis. So over here, what I want to do is I will rotate the whole trapezium. Okay, ignore about the yellow color first. So I will rotate the whole thing here. I will rotate the whole thing. And then I will minus the, what is that? Okay, and then I will minus the area of triangle. Okay, just not so responsive. And then I will minus the rotation of area of triangle. Okay, this is what happened. So I will rotate the whole thing from 0. So I want to find the volume. I will rotate the whole thing. So it's pi from just now this is 2 to 3, right? From 2 to 3. And then y square, right? That's means I need to square this one from power 2. I square it become power 4. Right, dx. And then I need to minus, I rotate the triangle. If I rotate the triangle, right, I will depend. You want to integrate the straight line also can. If you don't want to integrate the straight line, you can find a you should know when you rotate a triangle, right, you are getting a cone. If you get the idea, this one actually is a cone. This is radius, this is height. So yeah, if you know this cone, I will just do 1 over 3. The r is over here, is 1. R square, 1 over 3 pi r square h. Pi r square h is 1. Alright, or you can integrate the straight line from 2 to 3. Yeah, you can do anything you like. Alright, so therefore, I integrate this one, I get x minus 1 power of 5 over 5. Differentiate inside, I get a 1 here. So this is 2, 3. And this one is just 1 over 3 pi. Alright, this one I will just try to solve it. So this is 3 will become 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 power of 5 is 32. 32 over 5 pi minus, I sub the 2 into here. I sub into 2 will be 1 over 5 pi. And then minus 1 over 3 pi. Alright, then you just use a calculator. This is 31 over 5 minus 1 over 3. So you should get 88 over 15 pi. Alright, this is how to do this kind of question. Cone formula, I don't think is given. So for the B one, if integrate with 2, 1, so y equals to x minus 1 square. Won't you only given half of the yellow part? Don't you need to... I don't really understand. You mean the part B1? Yeah, B1 basically just now if you watch the replay, I plus the area of triangle. Because just now I integrate from 1, 2, right? I only getting this part. But after I get this part, right, I actually plus the area of triangle just now. How to get 1 over 5? Basically, you sub in the 2 into the x here. 2 minus 1, you get 1. 1 power of 5 is 1. 1 over 5. Then you get 1 over 5. And multiply pi is 1 over 5 pi. Why x minus 1 power of 4? Because the formula is integrate y squared dx, right? Your y is basically x minus 1 square. So your y square here should be x minus 1 power 4. Do we minus mark the number only if you ignore the pi? Yeah, you shouldn't ignore the pi because the answer asks you live in terms of pi. Alright, so okay, one last question. Oh my god, so late already. Okay, come. Last one. Diagram A actually show the straight line QR and the straight line PQ and at the point Q. Alright, so it's given that the equation QR is this one, 3y minus 2x minus 19. Find the equation of the straight line PQ. So right now we want to get the PQ over here. So first thing is I always love to change my equation into y equals to mx plus c. So this one y will equals to 2 over 3x plus 19 over 3. So if this gradient is 2 over 3, then I can know this gradient because they are 90 degrees to each other, right? So I do m2 will equals to negative 3 over 2. If you do not know how to get negative 3 over 2, you just do m2 equals to, you just do the m2 equal to negative 1 over m1. You just sub in the negative 1 over 2 over 3, then you get negative 3 over 2. Alright, this is how to get the m2 here. Alright, so then I want to find the equation of PQ, right? So I have the gradient, I have the coordinate, I can find equation easily. Y minus y1 equals to m, x minus x1. So I have the, or straight away use y equals to mn plus c lah. Since I have the c, right? This 02 is a c value. Then I don't need so troublesome. I just y equals to m, x plus c. Alright, so I got the equation. And then find the coordinate of Q. Q is the intersection between these two equations, right? Sub into each other. So sub into each other, that means 2 over 3x plus 19 over 3 equals to negative 3 over 2x plus 2. Alright, so then I will do this one. 2 over 3 plus 3 over 2. So I got 13 over 6x equals to 2 minus 19 over 3. Negative 13 over 3. Then I multiply 6 over 13. X equals to negative 2. Then I want to know my y value because they ask about coordinate, right? I only get negative 2. I want to get my y, I substitute into any equation I like. Maybe I substitute into this one. Negative 3, I substitute into this one. 3 over 2, negative 2 plus 2. So this one will give you positive 3, so it's 5. So y will equals to 5. So the coordinate of Q is negative 2 and 5. Alright, so this one, the straight line PQ extend to the S. PQ extend to the S such that this one, and yeah, this part is very confusing. Yeah, but I will try my best to explain to you. Okay, so PQ is extend to the S, so therefore extend must be going this way. So it extend to the S. I do not know, I just assume here is S. So it basically extend to the X. And then this ratio is for PQ and PS, not QS. This is PS. So if PQ equals to the M, if PQ equals to M, and PS equals to M, then I know QS over here should be N minus M. Because N is the whole thing. Here is M, right? So use the N minus M, you get the QS. Alright, why I want to do that? Because I want to use the formula given. And then the question asked me to find the ratio M and N. Alright, then okay, so and then the coordinate is given negative 5 and 19 over 2. Negative 5 and 19 over 2. Right, so then I will use the formula. Okay, so just in case you have no idea what is the formula, mx1 plus nx2 over m plus n, comma my1 plus ny2 over m plus n equals to xy. Alright, so I'm going to use this formula in this case. So basically the ratio going to multiply the further x value, like m going to multiply negative 5. They will multiply the further one. Alright, so this ratio is going to multiply here. So this one, m multiply negative 5m. And n minus m multiplied 0 is just 0 over these two plus together. So if this one plus this one, you basically get n only, right? N minus m plus m, you got this one, comma. I can do the same thing for the y value. M multiply this one, I get 19 over 2m. And negative, the m minus m multiply this one. Yeah, so I will plus 2n minus 2m over n will equals to the coordinate q. So equals to the coordinate q, which is negative 2, 5. So in order to get the ratio, you just need to pick one of it. So I pick the x value can already. Negative 5m over n equals to negative 2. So 5 over n equals to negative 2 over negative 5. M over n equals to 2 over 5. M ratio n equals to 2 ratio 5. Alright, so yeah, this is how to get a ratio. And the last part, they asked me to find the area of triangle PRS is this one. PR and S. Okay, so what they want, find the value of P. Okay, so they give us this triangle is equals to 16.25. Alright, so I just use the triangle formula to solve this one. Alright, so we have PRS, I will just copy the P. P is 0, 2. R is P8 minus P. Oh, sorry, P minus 8. And P. S is negative 5, 19 over 2. Repeat the first one, 0, 2. And then will equals to 16.25. Of course, the first thing I do is I move the 1 over 2 to the other side. It will become multiply. And then I will do the rest here. Alright, so you can see this is what I'm doing here. So I will just multiply like this. So 0 times p is 0. This one multiply this one. I have 19 over 2p minus 8 times 19 over 2. You should get minus 76. And then negative 5 multiply 2 is negative 10. And then I go in the other side like this. 0 multiply anything get 0. This one gave me negative 5p. Negative 5p. This one will give me 2p minus 18 plus 2p minus 16. Equals to half I move to the other side, 16.25 times 2. So you get 32.5. So equals to 32.5. Alright, I kind of need to solve this complicated equation here. If you take out the modulus, what happened? Yeah, it's a very good question. If you take out the modulus, right, here we got plus minus 32.5. That means the other side you have the plus minus here. So therefore, I will just solve this one first. I solve the p thing first. So if here is negative 3p, negative 3p, negative positive 3p, plus 16. So this one is 19 over 2p, this is minus 86. So yeah, we will need to 19 over 2 plus 3. You will get 25 over 2p. This one, you will get minus 70 equals to plus minus 32.5. Alright, so I have two choices here. 25 over 2p minus 70 equals to 32.5, or 25 over 2p minus 70 equals to negative 32.5. Alright, so I try to find out both. Alright, p equals to 32.5 plus 70, and then multiply 2 over 25. This is 41 over 5. This one, negative 32.5 plus 70, multiply 2 over 25. 3. Alright, this one, if we round off the decimal, it should be 8.2. Okay, right now, I'm going to see what is max sense for my p value. Okay, because just now we know our q value is negative 2, 5. So the P is not possible, it's up to A. So I rejected first answer. So I will take the second answer. So I rejected this one because the number is too big, because this one only up to 5, right? So Q is the P value here, I mean coordinate R is below 5, right? So therefore I will take the P equals to 3. Alright, so alright, still have the one last part. Is there any question here? So usually for this topic, is it possible to get fraction? Yeah, it's possible to get fraction. I thought the area got clockwise and anti-clockwise something. Don't need to bother about clockwise and anti-clockwise. Substitute in the formula, it will always help you. If we plug in the coordinates in the counterclockwise direction, will the answer always, oh yes, as long as you clockwise or anti-clockwise, both will give you the same result one. You shouldn't get a different result. You can try it out. Yeah, both also will give you the same result. But normally they ask about something like triangle PRS, then I will follow P, R, and S, and then repeat P. It make everything very simple. When we need to plus minus, you plus minus when you have the modulus. Like example, modulus A equals to 5, then A equals to plus minus 5. Whenever you expand the modulus, you will get the plus minus. Alright, so a point T moves such that its distance from a Q is always 5 units. Given that the equation is this one, determines whether or not the locus T intersect the x-axis. Alright, where is a Q? So QT is always... Okay, so let me erase all this and we go to the last part. Okay, we have a QT, which is always 5 units from Q. I can't draw a perfect circle here, but you just assume it's where I assume this is 5 units. Alright, this is locus T. The circle I draw is a locus T. Alright, right now, this is circle just I draw. This circle might be bigger. If the circle bigger, it might touch the y-axis. Yeah, because the question want to know whether it touch the y-axis or not. Over here, I assume it's touch. I don't know. But touch the y-axis, what's so important about touch the y-axis? We know on y-axis, another mathematical name, the equation name for y-axis is what? Is x equals to 0. This line is called x equals to 0. So what I will do over here is, because intersect with x-axis, intersect with y-axis, x must equal to 0. So if x equals 0, this one becomes 0, this one becomes 0. I have y squared minus 10y plus 4 equals 0. So if I want to know it's touched or not, the easiest way is I do the b squared minus 4ac. If b squared minus 4ac I get negative, means it doesn't touch. If b squared minus 4ac I get equal to 0, means it touch 1 point. If b squared minus 4ac I get bigger than 0, that means it touch at 2 points. So b is what? Negative 10 squared minus 4, a is 1, c is 4. So this one will give me 100 minus 60. So I get 84. 84 is bigger than 0, right? Therefore, the locus T actually touch y-axis at 2 different points, or 2 distinct points. Because b squared minus 4ac bigger than 0 means 2 different root, right? So therefore it touch at 2 different points. So therefore, as what I draw here is actually it touch at 2 different points here. Okay, I hope you get it. And yeah, thanks for 94 students who accompany me until so late. Yeah, so yeah, they like to mix match around. Yeah, just want to test how much you understand about MF. Yeah, so normally want to determine the intercept, you always think about b squared minus 4ac. Yeah, b squared minus 4ac is one of the compulsory way to actually test it out. Alright, so yeah, I guess that's all for this live streaming. I hope you can really learn something from here. And about section C, not possible of doing today. if I have time, maybe I will make an individual live streaming for section C, or I will make a short video, or I will just ignore it. Yeah, it depends how much time I have. Alright, so yeah, so I might have another live streaming on Saturday, and I definitely will stream one day before SPM, which is Monday. Alright, because your exam is on Tuesday, as what I know. Alright, so I will, yeah, you should expect have 2 more live streaming. Alright. Do you encourage to do graph? Yeah, for linear law, for histogram, you must do lah. But linear programming, normally, I don't like linear programming. Alright, so can stream on Sunday instead of Monday. Yeah, I'll let you know again because Sunday I got something to do. So but anyway, just make sure you click the notification button on my YouTube channel, then you can know my notification. Alright, so I will inform my YouTube and my Facebook page. Alright, so yeah, the streaming is always at night. Yeah, I'm sorry for those students who can't make it. Yeah, just change calculator battery or bring one more extra calculator. Linear programming is not really hard. For me, it's still okay. But then normally, when you got one line you draw wrongly, right, it will affect your final result also. So the part C, normally you got wrong already if one of the line you draw wrongly. So normally I will just don't do linear programming lah. I prefer calculation rather than drawing. Yeah, I love motion along a straight line. It's very easy. Yx is equal to 0 because just now they want to know whether this curve this circle intersect with y-axis or not. Y-axis mean x equal to 0. Yeah. So yeah, so what you can do in this 4 days is trying to revise back everything you need to know lah. Yeah, make sure you know how to do most of these questions. Yeah, try not to say spam the question. Understand it very, very important. Or you can do a mind mapping for yourself to clear your mind whenever you see this kind of keyword, like what formula you should use or what formula can help you to find things. Like just now, want to prove it actually intersect or not, we know we need to use b squared minus 4ac. Like the gradient of the curve, we know we need to do dy dx. If you want to find the equation of the curve, we know we actually need to integrate dy dx. All these important keywords, you make sure you understand, or you try to discuss with your friend, write it down, make sure you fully understand. Because this is a very easy mark. So I want to confirm, is modulus can change into multiply? Normally, I don't think in your level you have multiply of modulus. Do you recommend energy drink before the exam? No, like just drink the normal mineral water will be good lah. Just make sure you have enough sleep, don't get sick. Yeah, have a light breakfast before you go to exam. Yeah, don't have the heavy breakfast. Later your stomach pain or whatsoever affect the whole performance. Don't run a marathon lah. You can do a minor exercise to refresh yourself, but don't do a heavy one. Can we do the area of volume part separates? So confusing. Yeah, you can try to do it. The volume part is actually very easy. Just apply the formula. Yeah, if you get blank in the exam, you can't think anything, then yeah, panic is the worst scenario lah. It's the worst scenario. So make sure you relax yourself lah. There's no point to be nervous one, especially you're doing calculation. You very important, you need to clear your mind. You need to be very, very clean in your brain, like your mind, like what are you calculating now? So don't panic, don't nervous. Nervous doesn't help at all. Pass the MF, I heard pass the MF is about 12 mark, 12 to 20 mark, I don't know. It's very easy to pass lah. You don't need to worry about pass, but as a student, at least you score credit. If possible, you get as high as possible. Yeah, but at least you aim for credit lah. No point to get a D for MF. Alright, so yeah, very easy to get A minus for MF. How to keep calm before entering exam hall? You keep telling yourself you can do it, maybe. Yeah, because a lot of students get panic is they before they go into exam hall they already mentally telling themselves, I sure will fail, I sure cannot do, I sure will fail, I sure, yeah, they have a lot of negative thought, and then they like the negative thought make them cannot breathe, and go into exam hall they see everyone are sitting so quiet, and at the same time they panic already. So I think the positive thought and confidence is very important when you enter the exam hall. So you already like put so much effort in these 2 years. There's no point you nervous at the last minute. So you should trust yourself. You definitely at least you can do half of it one. So you trust yourself, make yourself have confidence. Then you will never get panic one. Don't use pencil unless you draw graph. Always use pen. How do I manage my time well, sir? If you ask me about this, I guess in order to manage time well, the first thing you open up your paper, maybe you have 20 page. You find those questions you love most one. When you see those questions, you will smile. Do on those questions first. Yeah, and those questions when you see you do not know what is happening, just skip. Just skip. Don't do those questions. Focus on those questions you can do first and finish those questions. You have a lot of confidence you will get full mark. Do those questions first. Yeah, because a lot of students when they can't do and then they keep trying, and then maybe they spend half an hour in one question. But imagine question paper 2 you have 12 questions. If half an hour you use in one question, then you definitely not enough time already. So if the question you do until halfway you stuck already, you can try one time lah. If you still cannot do, jump to next question already. No point of struggling on those questions you can't do. Yeah, I'm not so sure about baseline lah because I never update myself. But I guess you can easily Google to know what's the baseline for MF. How to master a differentiation? Any tips, sir? Yeah, you want to master the differentiation? Go to watch the differentiation video on YouTube. There's so many very good differentiation video on YouTube. Go to check it out. It might spend you 1 hour or 2 hours, but you can easily master. After you watch the video, you understand already. Go to find some SPM question and try to do on it. Yeah, UEC is much harder, definitely. Because UEC is close to STPM level already. Alright, so yeah, I guess I will stop the live streaming right now. You guys should go to rest. If you can't sleep, you just go to do some questions. Alright, so I will see you guys soon. Maybe this today. Yeah, have a good rest and do more practice still. Okay, bye. See you guys soon. Bye bye. See you guys next time.